Today we're going to look at the Chinese holly, Ilex cornuta. Chinese holly belongs to the Aquaphelaceae plant family. The Chinese holly typically has a dense, upright, or mounded growth form, but its specific growth forms do vary widely on the cultivation. The shrubs are versatile and can be used for hedges, as we have here, screens, or as an individual specimen plant. The growth habitat of the Chinese holly is native to central and southeastern China and Korea, where it grows in ravines, hills, and mountain paths. In the United States, it is naturalized in suburban and urban areas, becoming an invasive species in some regions, and often found in forests and along roadsides. It prefers average medium moisture, well-drained soil with partial sun exposure, and is quite tolerant of heat and humidity once it is established. Chinese holly is considered an invasive species in parts of the Carolinas and the upstate of South Carolina due to its ability to spread and outcompete native plants. Now let's take a look at the leaves of the Chinese holly. Leaves are alternate along the stem with only one leaf at the end of each node. The leaves are oblong, rectangular, and have spiny tips in typically 3 locations. They are 1.5 to 2 inches long and have a glossy finish and are dark green in color. Characterized by 3 or more sharp and spiny projections, they are often called the horned holly as well. And this one has the three projections there at the end. Now let's talk about the buds and the flowers of the Chinese holly. The buds are small, and I've brought a visual aid here because this particular plant does not have any buds or flowers currently in season. But the buds are typically small and they're a greenish yellow. They typically will pop early in the spring and culminate into a white round flower. The flowers are not very showy, but they are very pleasantly scented. They are a creamy white and 4-parted flowers that you will usually see in late May to early June. Now let's look at the fruit of the Chinese holly. So these have not yet turned their characteristic bright red, but this particular hedge is completely full of the berries or the fruit of the tree. And these are, they're dioecious, meaning their male and female flowers are on separate plants. And the male plant is needed in order to pollinate the female flowers and produce this fruit. Here's one that is starting to turn red, and these will, by the late fall into early winter, will be a very bright popping red, and they provide a much welcome food source to a variety of birds during the winter months. Now let's talk about the bark of the Chinese holly. The bark is generally a smooth grayish brown, and as the plants mature, it will take on a fine flaked texture, as these are that we see here in this hedge. Now let's recap some of the distinguishing traits of the Chinese holly. The holly produces red, fleshy, drupe-like berries that ripen in the fall and remain throughout the winter months. The Chinese holly is heat tolerant, making it a widely used landscape plant in the South, as we see here. The fruit berries are a very much loved winter source of food for a variety of birds, and oftentimes you will see birds perched in the bushes during the winter months picking the berries. I hope that this video has helped to bring awareness to the Chinese holly and will make it a bit easier for you to identify it when out on walks.